If you want to go somewhere nice on the weekend, on the rare 1 or 2 days off, or if you want to impress a date, consider getting out of the city and taking a day trip. Here are 20 amazing day trip ideas from Tokyo that I've personally taken myself. If you want a little getaway to immerse yourself in nature, you'll love these ideas. You can get to most of these places by train, and most of them don't take more than an hour and a half to get to. Check out these day trips from Tokyo for your next day out. Alright, there's Chiba Kujukuri. Chiba might not seem like the most exciting prefecture to many people, but there's a lot of gorgeous nature that is easily overlooked. Did you know that the east part of Chiba consists of a 60 kilometers of uninterrupted sandy beach? Although the sand here at Kujukuri is not top-notch white sand, it is still nice to relax in. If you like surfing or want to try out surfing, you will have to come here. The waves along the Kujukuri Beach are famous and popular for many people to enjoy. Then there's the Kasumigaura Bay. Lake Kasumigaura takes up a third of Ibaraki Prefecture, making it the second largest lake in Japan. There are execution cruises at the lake with local tour guides. You can see Mount Tsukuba from the lake, making beautiful reflections on the surface of the lake. Tenozaki Park in the area is also a great park to visit. There are also onsen spots around the area, as well as the Kasumigaura Furai Land, a popular water theme park. If you're up for a bike ride, you can rent a bike in the area and cycle around the lake. If you don't have time or energy to ride around the entire lake, there is also a shortcut that you can take to cut your route a little shorter. Then there's the Tama Lake and the Sayama Lake and the Sayama Hills. This is definitely one of my personal favorite areas near Tokyo. Tama Lake and Sayama Hills are beautiful places to stop by to get away from the hustle and bustle. I came across this area randomly and absolutely loved it. Tama Lake and Sayama Lake are water supply reservoirs. They take up a large area just north of Tokyo, and you can either take a stroll or take a bicycle around the lakes. Sayama Hills sits besides the lakes, and it is known as Totoro Forest because it inspired the movie My Neighbor Totoro. If you haven't seen the movie, you should definitely check it out. Tama Lake, Sayama Lake, and Sayama Hills are quiet and peaceful, perfect for relaxation. If you decide to come here on a sunny day, make sure to bring sunscreen because there's not much shade. There aren't many shops either, so make sure to bring food and drinks. Then there's Odaiba. Many people know Odaiba for the famous Team Lab Museum and the large Gundam statue, but it's also a great day trip spot from Tokyo. You can stroll along the harbor and visit their parks. There are also shopping malls with regular events held outdoors. If you want to enjoy day drinking on your day trip from Tokyo, definitely check out one of their many seaside restaurants. Then there's also Mount Fuji area. Before you think, no way I'm climbing Mount Fuji, especially not on a day trip, don't worry, I'm just introducing you to the area. In the area, there's Lake Kawaguchi and Aokigahara. Lake Kawaguchi is a gorgeous lake at the foot of Mount Fuji where you can rent a boat. Aokigahara Forest also has a ton of great hiking trails. Around Lake Kawaguchi, there are many museums including Kawaguchiko Music Forest, wine tasting galleries, and a lot more. If you want to find out more about exploring this area, you can check out our blog post and our tour to this area in the description box down below. One thing you shouldn't miss while visiting this area is trying out their hoto udon, a signature Yamanashi dish consisting of flat udon noodles and vegetables in miso soup. It is absolutely delicious and healthy. Alright, the next day trip idea is Niko. Niko is an area north of Tokyo, and although you can stay there for a few days, you can also explore this area in one day if you want to do it efficiently. You can visit the waterfalls in the area, including Ryuzu Falls and the Keigon Falls. There's also the gorgeous Niko Toshogu, a shrine complex that you must visit. Although you can get to Niko with public transportation, taking a car might be a better option, especially if you're just visiting for the day, so you can see all the sights without having to wait for public transportation. This area is especially great to visit during autumn since it is gorgeous with the autumn leaves. Then we've got Karuizawa. Karuizawa is a beautiful area where you can visit nature and also shop and enjoy amazing food. Karuizawa Shiraito Falls is a popular spot to visit, and if you come to Karuizawa, you should definitely check it out. But do keep in mind that it won't be as pretty in winter. I came here in winter and the ground was very icy and slippery, and the falls weren't that pretty. The Uchimura Kanzo Memorial Stone Church is a unique church made in stones, and it is a really unique site. One underrated place is the Onioshi Dashi Volcanic Park. There are such breathtaking views you can see from this park. The park features a landscape of volcanic rocks from the 1783 big eruption of Mount Asama. There is also also a temple on top of the volcanic rocks that you can visit when you're here. The old Karuizawa Ginza Street has an old town vibe, great for you to stroll down, and there's also Karuizawa Prince Shopping Plaza, an amazing place to shop for great deals. Overall, this is a great place to visit either as a day trip or an overnight trip. You can also easily get there with public transportation, but getting a car could be a great option for you as well. Okay, moving right along to another day trip idea, which is Disneyland and Disney Sea. Yes, I have to include Disneyland and Disney Sea on this list for your Disney lovers out there. If you have a day off during the week, during off season, it might be the best time to hit up one of the Disney resorts. One tip that you should know is that most Japanese people go to Disney before the opening time to wait for the doors to open. So if you don't want to be one of those hundreds of people pushing your way into the park, then come a little bit later and you'll find the line a lot shorter. Most Japanese people, especially families, also leave early, so you can leverage that and go to the less popular rides during the day and the popular rides in the evening instead. There's also this tool, which is one of the best tools I've found to see how crowded Disney might be on the day that you want to visit. It predicts how crowded Disneyland and Disney Sea will be on the particular day that you want to visit. You can find out more about all the tips and tricks for navigating Disneyland and Disney Sea in the blog post that I'll link in the description box down below. Okay, the next idea for you is Hakone. Hakone is a famous and popular destination for many people to visit for a day trip from Tokyo. The best way to explore this area is by getting their one-day pass from Odawara station that covers all the transportation from Odawara, including train rides, roadways, cable cars, and the pirate boats. It is an exciting adventure to see the onsen town, the volcano, the mountains, and the lake. If you've been to Hakone before and don't want to take this route, then I would recommend checking out their museums. Have you heard of the Open Air Museum in Hakone? It is one of my personal favorite museums in the world because of its spacious and beautiful outdoor area, the many galleries, and the diverse styles. You can easily visit Hakone for the day from the morning and get back in Tokyo in the evening or after dinner in Hakone. Okay, then we've got Kamakura and Enoshima. Kamakura is known for its great Buddha statue, which you might have seen in different pictures. Around the Buddha, there are different temples that you can visit. Outside of the temple, there are also shopping streets that you can explore to check out different local Japanese shops. Enoshima is an island next to Kamakura, an easy destination for you to get to from Kamakura. It is a popular destination for beach lovers to visit a nearby beach from Tokyo. There is also the Enoshima Shrine situated on a small hill in the Enoshima Island. Combining these two destinations makes a great day trip idea for you to see traditional Japan along with nature. Then we've got Minato Mirai and Chinatown. Yokohama is one of my favorite and probably many others' favorite day trip spots for entertainment, food, and nature. If you want to take a day trip, you should definitely check out Yokohama. If you like ramen, you'll have to visit the Ramen Museum. It is a little bit of a detour to get there from Tokyo to Yokohama, but it's definitely worth it. They give you a detailed explanation of how ramen has evolved and changed throughout the years. They also have a ramen food tour that is extremely aesthetically pleasing. But keep in mind that when you dine here, the meal portion is a regular ramen bowl, so you won't be able to try out different types of ramen, which is a bit of a shame. That's at least in my own experience, and that might have changed. Minato Mirai is a popular destination for couples and families, and you can find everything here. They hold festivals at the Red Brick Museum during most weekends, and you can enjoy music, food, and drinks by the coast. There are also many shopping centers here along with an amusement park. You can pay per ride, so if you want to just try out their Ferris wheel or their roller coaster, you can easily do that. There's also the famous Chinatown just 15 minutes walk away from the Minato Mirai area with lots of Chinese food and Chinese shops. If you want to check out local unique restaurants and bars, I would highly recommend checking out Sakuragicho. They have some of the most unique bars I've ever had the pleasure to visit. You can find out more about them down below. Okay, next day trip idea is Odawara. A lot of people think of Odawara as the big station that you just go past and few will know what to do there. Odawara has Odawara Castle, which is a gorgeous castle that has a long history with all kinds of exhibitions and artifacts. They have different festivals here as well, so make sure to check out and see if there are any special events happening before going there. If you ever wonder what life was like as a ninja, then you'll love their ninja workshop where they teach you what a ninja is and all the misconceptions and the practices. We came to this particular ninja experience and got to learn the mindsets, the duties, the tools that ninjas have, and we got to even practice being a ninja. If you're curious to check out the kind of experiences they have going on right now, definitely let us know via Instagram or Facebook Messenger. The next day trip idea is Kawagoe. If you want to experience old Japan, especially Japan during the Edo period, then you will have to visit Kawagoe. Kawagoe City is located in the southwestern part of Saitama Prefecture, making it a great day trip spot from Tokyo. Kawagoe became a defense line in the northern part of Edo in the Edo period, and it developed as a castle town of the Kawagoe clan and as a merchant town. When visiting Kawagoe, you can visit the historical spot tour. The streetscape of Kurazukuri is filled with Kawagoe symbols along the side streets and the shopping streets. You can visit many historical spots just by walking around Kawagoe. There are many kimono rental stores as well in Kawagoe, so if you're interested, you can rent a kimono and walk around the city. Okay, then we've got Mount Takaho. Takaho is one of the most popular hiking spots to head to for people that want to get out of the city for a hike. There are different hiking routes, some for casual hikers and some for experienced hikers. Even the trails for experienced hikers, they aren't too difficult, and if you don't want to bump into people all the time and don't mind taking on a little bit of a challenge, then you might want to take this route. Each route takes around 1.5 hours, and once you get to the top of the mountain, you'll find their famous Buddhist temple along with the local Japanese street foods. If hiking isn't your thing, you can also take the railway that takes you to the top of the mountain. After a day of sweating and sore muscles, you can enjoy the many onsen spots at the foot of the mountain to bathe and relax in. Then we've got Otama. There are many trekking courses around Otama, and they're all amazing courses for those that enjoy being surrounded by nature. The 3 most popular courses take anywhere from 6 to 9 hours according to the website, but if you're pretty quick, then it shouldn't take you that long. If you're up for a challenge, you can definitely try out these routes. I came here and took the leisure course, which took roughly 3 to 3.5 hours. It's called Otama Mukashi Michi, which means the Otama road from long ago. It takes you from Otama Station to Otama Lake, going past different shrines, the river, statues, and a small waterfall. Most of the course that I took is relatively flat with some uphills and downhills along the way. Your destination is Otama Lake, and there are different restaurants in the area for you to dine and relax in. Otama Mukashi Michi is a great choice for you if you want to stretch your legs without taking an intense hiking course. The next day trip for you is Mount Mitake. You can find Mount Mitake in Otama area, which is the area that I just told you about. Nature here is unspoiled, and it's especially beautiful during autumn with the autumn leaves. This hiking trail takes about 4 hours, taking you from the cable car station around the area and back at the station. Along the way, you'll find Musashi Mitake Shrine, waterfalls, and a rock garden. This hiking route is not as popular as Mount Takaho, and you can escape from the crowd here. Then we have Mount Nokogiri. Mount Nokogiri is located in Boso Peninsula in Chiba. It is one of Japan's 100 lowest mountains. It is also known as Sawtooth Mountain. It is unique because of the rock walls and the sides along the way. Mount Nokogiri is a steep ridge line that looks like saw teeth, and it has been long regarded as a landmark for ships entering Tokyo Bay. Along the hiking trail, you'll find stones that were once cut out. You can find the Nihonji Temple as well as the largest stone carved Buddha in Japan, and enjoy the many great statues of Buddha along the way and the amazing view. At the peak of Mount Nokogiri, you'll find a couple of impressive viewpoints, including the view of hell that sticks out at the top of the cliff. It offers wonderful views over Tokyo Bay. This is definitely a great day trip from Tokyo spot that not many people know about. Then we've got Arakawa and Nagatoro River. I didn't know such beautiful nature sites existed in Japan until I came across the Arakawa and the Nagatoro River. It takes around 2 hours to get there from central Tokyo. You can come here and join one of the Nagatoro River boating tours as a day trip from Tokyo, where you get to board on a Japanese-style ship and then float down the rivers. There are calm parts of the river, but there are also sections of the river that are more rapid. The boatmans are in charge of steering the boats, so you can just enjoy the moment, feeling like you're in a different world. You can also experience the Iwatatami rocks, the Hodo-san shrine, seasonal flowers, hiking, and other water sports. Okay, let's talk about Izu Peninsula. The Izu Peninsula is a popular destination for Japanese people to visit during summer, and it is easy to see why. There are gorgeous beaches, coastal lines, and cute Japanese shopping streets. During summer, there are many firework festivals in the area, attracting people from all over Japan. Ito is a seaside town with many famous onsen spots. There's also Jogasaki Coast, which is a popular destination to visit to see the scenic coastline. It is a hiking trail that follows the coast for almost 10 kilometers, and you can see the cliffs and the stone formations. There are suspended bridges along the way. If you don't have enough time, you don't have to take the entire trail, just different sections to experience this area. Further south of the Ito area, you can find the Shirahama Beach, a long white sand beach area with crystal clear water. It's definitely one of my favorite beaches. If you plan to visit this area, try to avoid the crowd by coming outside outside of the peak of summer or the weekends. I came here in the beginning of July and was surprised to find the beaches relatively empty and people were able to spread out. Then we've got the Tokyo Islands. Did you know that Tokyo has many islands? The closest island is Oshima, and it is special because it has ocean and beaches, but also mountains and even a desert. You can rent a bike to explore the island. If you're interested, also check out the Izu Oshima Museum of Volcanoes to learn all about volcanoes and volcanic rocks. There are also many water sports you can do on this island. For one day, you can easily enjoy some water sports in the morning, grab lunch, check out the desert, and grab the last boat back to Tokyo. If you have more than one day, then you can take your time and enjoy the ins and outs of the island. There are a total of 11 islands that are part of Tokyo, and they're all so special. I'll link the information in the description box down below for you to check out. Okay, those are some of my favorite day trips from Tokyo. If you have more time, you can definitely spend more than one day in these areas. Let us know in the comment section down below which one is your favorite place to visit. If you have any suggested day trip ideas from Tokyo for us or want to just get in touch, feel free to DM us on Instagram or message on Facebook Messenger. We're going to have more videos about local areas, local neighborhoods, different areas, traveling, moving to Japan, and all kinds of videos, so make sure to subscribe and press the bell notification. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.